Hi guys, OFX here. So we woke up today and we got our let's look at the market. Let's just maybe start afresh. Fresh sheet. I think it's not so many uses FXCM chat, but I just have this thing for Wanda. So in the weekly time frame, we still see that price is still trading inside this range here to here. And price starting to this resistance, and you can see the price crashed. That's the weekly time frame. You can see that price crashed. So, and then you can see that this week's weekly candle has swept previous week's candle. Now, what would I be looking for? I'll be looking for price behavior. Whether it wants to if I see willingness to buy, I'll take the buys. If not, I'm just going to, take a rest. Yeah, because price is currently trading in between the 50 to 61.8% of the fib. That is, if we're putting the swing buys into account, price is trading inside of it, and the trend still feels bullish. If last week candle had come to take out lows at this point or this point, then we would have noted a probable change of trend, but none of that happened. So I just here observing, and now we've gotten a sweep of the weekly low, of the weekly range low. So let's see if price has anything for us today. Good. All right. I washed my hair, so I packed it. It looks like it's a mess. Yeah. Okay. Right, guys. So we're trying to see what price is going to do this week. Whether there will be buys, or if it will be a sell continuation. Though it most probably would be a sell continuation. I mean, look at this rejection. It most probably will be a continuation of the sales. The liquidity is to be invested in. Their liquidity is to be invested in. Just look at since price did not come. Let's leave them alone. Face this, guys. Since liquidities, that price can, now, but price has been selling. So yeah, we can probably get some buys, because if you see on the daily, it was about 3 days worth of sales, like 3 days sales, sell, 3 days worth of sales, 3 whole days worth of sales. It even disrespected the 4-hour order block today like this. Today now it has disrespected the 4-hour order, this OB on the 4 hours has even disrespected it. So Sells with almost no pullback. Sells with almost no pullback. Sells with almost no form of pullback. Day one, this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now it's here on Monday again, still selling. So I mean, is a previous day low, previous daily high. Is 50% of this range, but this is 50% of this swing movement, which is swing high, swing low, 50%. So let's see. Not as much. Not as much. That's gonna get you killed. Everybody's gonna be at the end of you. I'm out to confirm something, to check something out. I think because of the smaller time frame, I reduced the. Okay, it's valid. It's valid. It's valid. It's valid. It's valid. So now let's just go to the 5 minutes to see if we can get a trade. To see if we can get buys, because I don't think I want to sell low, right? Because the best place to us to sell was up there, and we didn't get the sales from there. So I don't want to sell low. I prefer to sell high and buy low. You understand? So though the buys might be retracement buys, do you get? So now this was previous daily low, and price swept previous daily low already. So then this is chaka 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 thing. This was previous daily low. What is the market like today? This was the market today. This was this was how it opened today. Imagine it has even done a lot of traumatic things in the oh, that's a lot of, that's actually oh price of this web previous daily low. Price of this swept previous daily low, and you know how we trade here. We wait for a sweep, then a sweep of the sweep. Then after the sweep of the sweep, we see if price is showing any willingness to, buy, right? So a sweep already occurred. There was the pullback, then a sweep of the sweep has occurred. So now what would we be waiting for? Waiting to see pattern, a bearish pattern by now. A sweep, pullback, a sweep of the sweep, pullback, market structure shift, breakout structure. We take the trade with the fair value gap or another block, and we push to the opposite side of the range. Full stop. So we've gotten a sweep. We've gotten the first sweep of the previous daily low. If you are trading with the daily candle, we got a sweep of the previous daily low. That's this. The pullback, the sweep of that sweep, right? So if price pulls back, then changes character. So we've gotten the Jesus Christ, that's right. So we've gotten the first sweep. Okay. You know what has happened. Let's continue. So, like we were saying earlier before the interruption, we've gotten the sweep, we've gotten there was a pullback after the sweep. Then came the sweep of the sweep, right? So if we get a pullback, the market structure shifts, break of structure, then we take the trade on the pullback with a fair value gap or order block, then follow it to the opposite side of the range, basically. So that's what we are looking for, right? Since everything is aligning currently, the sweep, pullback, the sweep of the sweep. If we get a pullback, market structure shift, break of structure, pullback, we take a trade, we take the buys with any will be of fair value gap, and then we push to the opposite side of the range. That's how it is. Or if we don't see anything like that, then we just allow price to do its thing, because I mean we didn't take sales, so it's just here doing its thing. It's just here doing its thing, taking our liquidity. Liquidity here, liquidity down too. That's my guy. It's just doing its thing. It's just doing its thing. And what do we do here? We observe. What do we do here? We observe. We make sure to observe. We observe and we exercise, and we exercise patience. Patience. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible to get sell entries. I'm not saying it's not possible to have traded these sales. I mean, it is very possible to have traded these sales, but for me, I can't, because I do what? If I'm not selling high, then I'm not there, right? I try and not. I try as much as possible not to be there, right? Let's remember, buy low, buy low, or sell high. Basically, we buy low or we sell high. Buy low or we sell high, because that way we can take trades where we use as little risk as possible, as little SL as possible, and follow price down. So at this point, if you ask me what's happening, I don't really know. Price is, chasing liquidity. That's what I would tell you. Price is just, chasing liquidity. You can see where we marked before. It's liquidity here. Liquidity. So if price starts to take out all these guys, we might see a change of character that might signal a change in trend. Is that the word? I think that's the word. So you can see on the daily, previous daily low was swept, and this one is still acting. It's just doing its thing. There's liquidity, there's liquidity, there's liquidity. So we observe, basically, there are other trading strategies that if you try them, you will be able to get a sell entry here. Not that I'm saying it's not possible to sell, but here we buy low and we sell high, right? We don't trade in the middle. It's already falling, right? I don't want to sell low. I want to sell from up here. And if we remember on Monday, last week Monday, we were all about sales, right? Taking sales. We're all about taking sales. We're all about taking sales to about 50% of this swing buys. We're all about taking sales to about the 50% of the swing buys. Well, guess what? We took sales, in fact. Yes, we took our sales. We had some really nice entries and we were all good. We ended the week very well. So, and it's still selling. If I wanted to take, if I would trade these sales, this is daily. If I would trade these sales, that would be if price. If I were to trade these sales or any sales, that is if price came to the previous daily high first, did a sweep, a pullback, a sweep or that sweep, market structure shift, yes. Then I'll take the sales. By the time it gets to, by the time it sweeps previous daily low, right? I take the sales. By the time it gets to 50% of the range, might take partials, and set break even and observe. Then opposing side of the range, at that point, might take more profits. But point is, we have break even, or I'll just adjust my SL. Might not even take partials and just be adjusting my SL, right? Adjusting my SL, adjusting my SL, adjusting my SL. At this point, to putting my SLs at the highs, right? Putting my SLs at highs. Because if price has to pull back, then I start taking out those highs, it would be signaling a change in trend, right? Takes out an high, as breaks it to break above. That's break. When something breaks above, it breaks and closes above, it pulls back, goes again, break at that point. You know that there's a change, right, in the current trend. So at that point, I'm just going to be moving my SL, right? It's after I've taken my trade. Once it has gotten to 50%, shift my SL, right, to profit. Shift my SL to profit, and I leave it to run for my SL at an high inside the profit region. Then it continues to push down to previous day low. As it's pushing, as it's creating high, it's creating the lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower high, low. Just removing the SLs to those lower highs. Understand? Though I'll give it space, but still, just moving my SL to those lower highs. Look at it now, as it swept previous day low, might not close it, right? But still would be moving my SLs, right, to those lower highs. That swept liquidity here again. Still move SL and observe. Move SL, move SL, move SL, move SL, move SL, and observe. Basically, that's just it. That's just it, really. Liquidity has been swept. This liquidity has been taken out. Price can still come down here. Price seems hungry. And I think there was one news on there was one news like that. There's one news pertaining to the dollar and shit. Pertaining to the dollar and the likes. Yeah, there was one news like that. So I guess something might happen. Guess something might happen. Who knows? There's still this guy. Then ultimately this guy at this point we know, okay, there's a change in trend, but we wanted to take sales last week. We're all about selling to the 50%. Imagine our vision was even 50% of this swing movement. We're going to take 50%. I've never seen sales. As you look at this buy was pulling back, even on the daily time frame. It was pulling back till it pushed, but the sell has just been just selling, aggressively selling massively. So I mean, now it's below the 61.8% of the fib. Some people probably call optimal trade entry. But yeah, I doing what? Observing, really, just observing. Just observing. Just observing. Just observing, guys. Just observing. I'm not going to take buys if I don't see a pattern for buying, and I'm not going to take sales because if I were to even take sales, that means the sales must have come to the previous daily high. Or say we want to trade this daily range, this daily candle range. It means this candle must have first come here, swept, showed us our pattern, then we enter the sales and follow it like that. That kind of thing. That's the only reason I have taken the sales. But there was nothing like that, as you can see. Nothing like that happened. It's just dropping. It's just dropping. So yeah, it's now 3302. So till you see pattern that still you see pattern that supports our sales, we wouldn't be taking any sales. Sorry, support our buys, we wouldn't be taking any trade. We have to see something that would prompt us, right, to want to take a trade. So no trades for me today. No trades for me today. This is just some sales. God damn. Just some massive sales. Anyways, bye guys, till next time. We'll keep you posted as usual on activities. We'll keep you posted as usual. This is still our Bitcoin trade since that time. Bitcoin trade since that time. Just been crashing, going back, doing its thing beautifully. So yeah. Send you. Anyways, yeah, bye guys. Once we notice the pattern we want, then of course we take it. Of course we would take the trade. Of course. Of course we would take the trade. It discloses as an engulfing candle. Beautiful. It discloses as an engulfing candle. Very beautiful. Engulfing candle. And it's just created a fine order block for us. Just saying. I might be wrong. Anyways, bye guys. We'll keep you posted. Bye.